Ladies and gentlemen, we hanging out in the basement once again. That's BASSMINT. Hanging out in the basement with another Detroit bass player. What's your name, brother?
GROV TIGUE, known as GT. Search Slap Nasty online.
Okay. And also hanging out with us in the basement, some more bass players. You know how we do it in the basement. We got with us, could you tell us your name?
Sarah Davis.
Sarah Davis, do you play bass?
I do not. I'm just a supporter and counselor.
Bass?
A bass of music.
Oh, okay.
Sir Slap Nasty.
Okay. Oh, I'm a fan. Okay. And we also have with us
Parker Klein.
Parker Klein, another bass player. Who else we got there?
Adam Brody.
And we also got with us Mr. James Formay.
Hey, how you doing?
And also in the house back there is Mike Griffin. And then with his Michigan shirt on today is Michigan
Go
play.
Blue, baby. That's right.
Michigan, they about to play who?
That's right. We about to play Syracuse.
Oh yeah. Also, we got over there
Let's start riding in the basement.
Buckaroo Holmes.
Yes, how you doing?
Another Detroit bass player. And of course, we in his basement. Our gracious host, Mr. Reginald Canty. How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us hang out in your basement. Also, we got with us
Mike Green. How you doing?
What's your name again?
Mike Green.
Mike Green, and we also have
Mr. Max, Don Max.
And all the way from Cleveland, Ohio, we got with us
Dwayne Tiny Jones.
another bass player, honorary Detroit bass player, a CBP, Cleveland bass player. And we about to, you guys, anytime you're welcome, you chime in on this interview. How you doing, Grove? What you been up to, man?
Everything is pretty cool, man. Just been working on some solo stuff, working on my first solo project, and I've been playing a lot with a hip-hop group, Mama Soul and the Nuts. We've been doing some real cool things. I got a couple jazz groups that I play with, the Fellas, which is my improvisational
What's the name of it again?
The Fellas is 3 F's.
I thought you stuttered.
It's gotta be saying like that, the Fellas.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who else?
Then Funkalinium is my R&B funk band that we've been doing things for years, and we come out, you know, when the fly's in the sky, we fly by, type of thing. I got a traditional trio called Digital, actually, which is just bass, sax, and guitar, and we do a lot of old school Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong type of stuff. I work at Grand Blanc Music out in Grand Blanc, where I teach bass, and me and all of the other teachers are getting together and trying to do a nice little project of like 80s music that we'll be able to display our capabilities and what we can teach. You know, we're really trying to do whatever we can, especially with me being associated and a member of the union, trying to do everything we can to save music.
What union is that?
The American Federation of Musicians Union. I'm Local 542. My Uncle Rod Hicks from Detroit was that Local 5 here in Detroit.
Cleveland Local 4.
Yeah, so Yeah, most definitely. We're trying to keep it alive. They're trying to take it out of our schools, and we're not having that.
Okay, so you mentioned your uncle Rod Hicks, who recently you had a memorial jam for him. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, he passed of cancer the first part of the year. As a matter of fact, the 2nd of January. And we had an amazing memorial type of funeral thing where a lot of people, thank you, Galen and McKinney and Ralph Armstrong came down. Quite a few folks came down. Then we had the jam session at Burt's, which is real nice. We had the traditional jazz on one side, and then on the other side I was hosting like a fusion R&B funk type of thing. We had a bunch of cats came down. I was extremely appreciative. It was real nice.
Well, I was there, and I'm gonna just show this little piece that I did when I was there about your uncle.
Mm-hmm. Rod Hicks, bass player, Detroit, and the world, as a matter of fact. And we are having a good time down here jamming. We were jamming on both sides. We had the swinging, smooth, kicking stuff over here, and then we had the fusion, funky stuff happening over here. We're about to move everything all on one side, and we're just all gonna just merge together. The same way he lived. It didn't matter what you look like. He was real tight, real good people. I always saw a smile on him too, man. So, well, my uncle, what I understand, he was admitted into the Detroit Symphony Orchestra at the age of 11 playing cello. He also played trombone, and he moved to upright and electric. My Aunt Sharon was also a phenomenal electric bass player. And played Woodstock and a lot of things like that. When I started playing bass back in the mid to late 80s is when I started. He was, the major influence that he gave me was for me to be me. You know, he knew the era that he was coming from. He knew the era that he was coming from. But he also knew the way of the world as far as music, as far as communication, as far as the melting pot of a lot of positive minds, and he knew music was going a lot of different places. So I was inspired with the funk and the fusion and the rock stuff. It constantly motivated me to be me, which is what has made me the bass player that I am today. You know, and I'm so thankful that it was my uncle, my friend, my mentor, and I was a huge fan of him playing.
with Brother Rod Hicks, Roger Hicks, man, one of the greatest bass players in the city of Detroit. I had the pleasure of working with him on several occasions. And one thing I can say, he's the epitome of cool and upright, and electric. Those guys, I mean, they set the pace, man. And I was a youngster. I turned 49 this coming Sunday. So when I come along and saw them, man, it was like, wow. Rod Hicks, man. Rest in peace. We love you, bro.
The great Rod Hicks, jazz bassist.
Another Detroit bass player.
Yeah, and loved him very dearly. Met him in the 80s. He used to hang around with Marcus Belgrave, Harold McKinney, Ray McKinney, and all them cats, you know. And we used to have a great time back in the days, mid-80s, when all the cats were getting together, and they'd get together like Miles. And them cats used to get together back up in New York and stuff. We did it in Detroit stuff. And I just want to let you know that I'm glad that we did celebrate the life of Mr. Rod Hicks. Great bassist, extraordinary. Okay, signing off.
All right. Well, I didn't know Rod that well, other than here recently. I've been in the Detroit scene for a minute, but I was doing other things like playing football. But since I had a back in the day band, I've had the occasion of running into Ron and introducing myself. And he used to. It was really something special for me, for him to compliment me on my bass playing. And I said, wow, you know, coming from the great Rod, you know. So, like I said, didn't know him long, but I wanted to come show my love and admiration for the man who, you know, was doing it for me late in his life.
Okay, so now again, who was Rod Hicks as a bass player? Who do you play with?
Well, Rod Hicks was Aretha's first bass player. He also toured. He played Woodstock, and he toured with Paul Butterfield Blues.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember as a kid seeing the album that he was on. You opened up, and all the cats were sitting on a ledge outside. And when I got older to recognize, I was like, hold on, my uncle's next to David Sanborn, Michael Brecker, you know, and I was like, wow, you know. So he was also part of a crew of cats with my godfather, Teddy Harris, and I think Harold McKinney and some other cats that went to Africa back in the 70s and taught Africans jazz. So I got like a god cousin that he actually went over there and gave a bass to. And when he came over here, we got real tight. And he's kicking around quite a bit. But Rod kicked with everybody, you know. It was crazy.
Okay, well that might be a good segue for this next question. When did you start playing the bass, and why?
Well, with me, I actually picked it up my senior year in college when I was going to Olivet College. I went to grambling on football scholarship and wasn't getting a run because I was from the North. That's what I think. Transferred to Olivet, played ball, dislocated my shoulder my senior year and kind of took my love away from pursuing it. So I was the singer in his R&B group at Olivet, and our bass player moved to Canada. And our music professor at Olivet allowed me to take this carbon copy Paul McCartney bass to my dorm room. So I wasn't out doing 40s and running past patterns anymore. And I was a disc jockey on our radio station, so I had all these albums from James Brown to David Sanborn to Bootsy, Parliament Funkadelic, Jackson 5, everything. I would just sit in and I would just learn. The same way I was learning how to sing Stevie Wonder and stuff, I was listening for that bass note and finding it. And now it's gotten to the point where I could just about play anything I hear.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
And so you've been playing for how long now, you think? Couple of years?
That was 85, 86 when I was coming out of college, so it's been
20, 30 years almost.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and you sound awesome. What is that you playing, man?
This is a Spectre. I brought 3 basses. I didn't know. Like I was saying jokingly, online it looks big. The spot.
He talking about the bass. He talking about the basement looks big on TV, but in person it's tight. It's tight.
Not tight.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth. So they said bring your.
We love it. It's all good.
So they said bring your weapons of mass destruction.
Pull them
So
out,
I
let me
brought
see
Spectre.
it. While I got you now,
Okay.
I can just pause this.
Yeah, this is a homemade Russell Lagan custom bass. He made this for me
John Hill.
years ago, and this is like my workhorse. I use it on all types of gigs and things like this. Extremely versatile. It's like about 7 different woods.
I like wood grain.
Yeah, I love the wood grain thing too. You know, that's Russ. Thanks, Russ.
What else you got over there?
This was a 77 Music Master that I purchased, used, and then a friend of mine, Vince McQueen of VM Guitars, modified it, put in his own pickup. And the pick guard was chipped, so he did a little design here. I picked it up from him before he got a chance to really do all the things he wanted to do. But I wanted to introduce him because he's building me a bass called the actual Nasty Bass, which will be coming out soon. So I wanted to tell folks, but please forgive me, my bass brothers that love the Fender thing. I love Fender too, but I wanted to do some things.
Right. Make it your own.
You know, so I was telling my girl, I said, man, it's gonna be a lot of people that may not like what I did. But and then at home I got a 10-string Dean that I really liked. It's also got a VM pickup on it. It's hard to get strings for though. Wow. And then I have a hollow body acoustic 4-string Dean. Blue one, it's real nice too.
Yeah, the one the cat don't like.
Yeah.
You don't like so much no more.
Yeah, I was getting Sylvia, my cat, back with that.
Dig, man. Well, anybody, I ain't want to keep you, man. You know what I'm saying? I like keeping people, man.
Thanks,
in the basement, but if anybody got any questions they'd like to ask this fine bassist, anybody?
I was making a call. You was just talking about the bass. I was upstairs. You talking about the new one. Who's the builder on that bass that you?
This one here?
Yeah.
This is Russell Lagan. He's originally from the Detroit area. He lives in Florida now. I know my boy William Pope plays his basses. There's quite a few cats that plays his basses.
Okay.
And he was supposed to be, there was a string company that sent me some strings, man. It was gauges. The G, or the lighter string, let's put it that way, was 140.
What?
And then it went all the way up to 180, Reg.
Telephone poles.
Yeah, for strings.
One string.
Yeah, and
like some
different cats are doing different things now, so I just sent him to Russ. I was like, just put something together. So he said he was gonna try to. He said he was using the heaviest one to pull cars with. Or something.
Yeah, so you doing that Jocko 3X thing? We trying to get down a few frequencies and stuff.
Yeah, trying to put every bass in their right zone so that when they're all played together, especially on my original stuff, because I don't do a lot of octave stuff. I just play a lot of different multiple lines harmoniously. So I just uploaded some stuff on SoundCloud that I recorded GarageBand with my phone, as a matter of fact. So I'm looking forward to attracting some more cats and probably doing a project real soon.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got any questions for him?
Yeah. Can you turn that bass this way?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, what's the finish on that?
It's really sweet.
It's
It's a hollow body too.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What model is that? I've never seen
It's
one.
the Eurocore or something, Spectacore Euro. It's got the Piezo
Hologram.
bridge pickup right here,
It's like a hologram.
and then the EMG 8Z. So I get this really cool acoustic tones with this.
Let's hear
It's
it,
like,
man.
man,
Let's hear you do your thing.
real
Wait,
nice.
hold up, man. Let me ask
I'm sorry.
some more questions first.
I got excited. Sorry. My fault.
Anybody else have any questions for him?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, was it hard to go from like 5-string to like 10-string? I mean, that was...
Well, you know what? It's a different technique as far as millimeters of distance on your fingers.
Right.
So you got that extra string. So then it's just like if you're playing, barred little chords like that. Well, it's like that all the time on the 10 because it's like a 5 with the little bitty string right next to them. Yeah.
You played some crazy chords.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
But each one is a two out for each.
It's an octave next to each one, but you can actually tune them in chords. I've done that before.
Oh,
It's real
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that sounds like a sex nightmare.
Doing the fifths, that really work, right?
Okay. See, I don't.
Between the C
I don't
and
know
the
music,
next
so.
E string, do you tune it like a guitar? Do you just tune in a B flat before the next?
Right now, I'm just going B through G.
No, I'm talking about on the 10 string.
Yep.
Just B through G and then up.
Yeah. Well, just double B, double E, double A.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So it sounds like I got an octaver.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's real nice. Yeah. As a matter of fact, MamaSoulMusic.com is my hip hop group.
Okay.
And there's a tune on there that I collabed with our drummer at that time, DJ, called The Outro. And you can hear the 10 string on there.
Okay.
It's an instrumental. It's only like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Okay.
And you check that out.
We'll take a look at that.
Please.
Well, you have a lot of basses here. You got 3 of them here. Who's some of your favorite bass players that you listen to or might have inspired you besides Uncle Rod?
Well, when I first started, Aaron Mills, man, was my biggest influence, who was the bass player for Cameo.
Yeah.
And so I was learning so much Cameo stuff, it was ridiculous. From him, that's when I found Marcus Miller, listening to Luther and David Sanborn and Miles Davis. Then I ventured off into Lincoln Goins, who was showing me funk with chords and popping with Afro-Cuban type of stuff. Yeah, so it really gave me a lot of insight as far as rhythm and how to do a lot of different rhythmic lines. And then Anthony Jackson sums up my whole approach, with being able to go different places from notes that you don't think is supposed to work with that. And so he sums everything up. Now it's like Kayak Hart also, he actually sent me a really nice note. Kayak Hart played with John McLaughlin, and he also plays with Garage Mahal. And he actually sent me a real cool email on a song that I written with Funkalinium called All I Ever Wanted, and he told me that he dug it, which was real cool. I'm digging Matthew Garrison, of course Jocko, Jeff Berlin, Elaine Karen. There's so many. Michelle Indigocello is a huge influence. But there are a lot of bass players, and Gary Willis, I got to put him out there too with Tribal Tech.
Right.
So, And my Aunt Sharon, before she passed, was phenomenal. She was a bass player around Detroit in the 70s. Unfortunately, I lost her in the Jim Jones tragedy with 3 of my other family members. But she supposedly gave Martha Jean her first sax back in the day. She said Martha Jean was playing clarinet, and she gave her a sax and sent her on her way. So
that's awesome, man. So look, man, you gave us a lot of information. Now, if I wanted to reach out to you, where could I find you, listen to your music and all of that kind of good stuff?
Okay, I'll be putting my site back up this week, and you can catch me at www.gttcp.com. I also have my SoundCloud profile at Sir Slap Nasty, which is spelled just like it is, SIRSLAPNASTY. I also have an account on Google Plus under GROV TIGUE TIGUE, and then I'm on Facebook under Flaboom GT, which is FLABOOM-GT, or then my personal site, which is GROV TIGUE GROV TIGUE.
Okay, well, me personally, I'm gonna go check some of that stuff out, even though I hang out with you on Facebook sometimes. But is there anything that you like to say in closing, man, before I let you go, man?
Well, actually, yeah, man, I wanted to give a shout out to my boy Mace Jacobson. He called me a couple days ago asking me if I would be interested in sporting some of his clothing line, which is this Cush County is what I'm sporting right here. He's got a real nice clothing line, CushCountyClothing.com. Check them out, and got a lot of people supporting me. I want to say thank you to everybody that's made it possible for me to be here, you know, and that's about it. I'm glad to be here. Really cool.
All right, well, could you, man, entertain us by playing us something, man, for the close out? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. GT, GROV T. All right. Thank you.